Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We got him. Only talked about it for, I don't know, 2.5 years. But Cardinals got Arenado. Pretty sweet. Um, it's a pretty cool thing. And I'm trying to be kind of quiet. It's pretty late here. I'm still kind of pumped up about the trade. But Cardinals didn't really give up too much, which I was really surprised. Nolan Gorman, he's probably our top prospect right now, besides Dylan Carlson, who's going to be a beast. Um, but Gorman's a third base prospect, left-handed, 21 years old. I'm excited about him, but when you have Arenado locked in for perhaps 6 years, if he doesn't opt out in 21 or after 21 or 22, um, you know, I guess maybe that's why they hung on to him. Um, and I guess they didn't have to give him up, but I don't know if he can play other positions or not. He's only been a third baseman in the minors, so we'll see what happens with that. But it's pretty exciting. I mean, bummer losing Gomber. I feel bad for the Rockies fans, very similar to when we got Goldschmidt. I felt bad for the D-backs fans losing their star player, but I've seen it happen with Albert and see like Matt Holliday go and other guys. It's always a bummer when that happens, but that's part of the game, part of the business. But really, the Rockies are getting pretty decent mid-tier talent. I mean, Austin Gomber, I think, is going to be. He could easily be a solid 4 or 5 starter. I mean, I think he's 27 years old now, but left-handed, nice curveball. Throws 92 or so, 92, 93. Looked really good last year, so I was excited to have him in the rotation this year. But shit, I'll take Arenado for that. And then Lucan Baker, who's a big boy. He's like 6'4", 270 pounds, I think. Big old boy. Wasn't really putting up the numbers in the minors. I think he went to TCU, and has some potential. So I think he's only 22, maybe 23 years old. So potential there. And then John Torres is the other guy I heard. And these aren't. I don't even think these players are confirmed yet. But I'm kind of just giving my thoughts on the guys I know about that have been rumored from Ken Rosenthal. John Torres, I believe, was an outfielder we got from the Indians a couple of years ago, and I think he was like 18 or 19 when we got him. So, and another guy that's like 6'4", good size, pretty good tools, but I guess he just hasn't quite put it together yet. But I think he's still only 20, 21 years old, so potential there as well. And then a couple other guys, Jake Woodford, who we saw this year, and he looked pretty decent. I could see him being a 4 or 5, or a nice long reliever out of the bullpen. And I think the other guy was Angel Rodan or something like that. I haven't seen him pitch. I've heard his name. I think he's in our top 30 prospects, so I'm sure he throws hard. Latin reliever. We seem to really come up with a lot of those types of guys, hard throwing Latino players. But nothing major. I thought maybe Matt Libator or Nolan Gorman or somebody would have to go, but we're hanging on to them, and we're going to be paying quite a bit of money for Arenado if he stays with us, which in this economic climate, I doubt he would opt out, but it's possible. But I don't know. He wants to win. The Cardinals are right there. I mean, we're not at the Padres or Dodgers levels by any means, but we have a good chance. I mean, you win your division, you get in, see what happens. I mean, we have pitching. Carlson's really going to blossom into a star, I think. Goldschmidt's still solid for probably another few years, I would say. I think he's going into age 33 season. So, and he looked really good last year, a little bit lacking in power. Hopefully he picks that up again, but great to see him take the walks and have a 400 on base percentage. And, if Arenado can get back to, 17, 18, 19 production, I think last year was just a weird year for him. And I guess the shoulder was bothering him. Hopefully that's not a long-term issue, because I saw that with Scott Rowland, who was in my opinion, a Hall of Fame player. The shoulder injury really wrecked his career, so I hope that's not an issue with Arenado. Be a total bummer if it is, and he's injury hampered, kind of like Ozuna was for us, which was a bummer because he wasn't putting up. He put up decent numbers, but nothing like he did with the Braves this year. And I don't know if that was a fluke thing. Maybe that's why he hasn't been signed yet. With him being, I think, 30 years old now, we'll see what happens with him. But, when we got him, that was super exciting too. But, man, but to get like a Hall of Fame potential type player at 29, 30 years old, whatever Nolan is, 8 Gold Gloves. I think he's been top 5, top 6 in the MVP 4 times. His splits do bother me a little bit. I did look him up tonight, and I think he's like a 793 OPS away from Coors Field, and that's an above average player, but not much above compared to his Coors numbers. So that does bother me a little bit. I can't lie, as a baseball fan. So we'll see if that can even out a little bit. I think he's going to be highly motivated, change of scenery type of deal, because I know he's been complaining a little bit out there in Denver with, I guess, some of the ownership and the direction of the team and such, and, signing him to such a long-term deal and then not really building around him and making a lot of bad deals, especially for relievers like Wade Davis, which that was a disaster for them. But every team has issues like that with terrible contracts. I mean, the Cardinals, we do that every year. Seems with a lot of relievers typically. Dexter Fowler hasn't been great, and so the Cubs have had issues. Yu Darvish looked like a bust, and he was great this year. So you just never know with these big contracts. Jason Hayward, shit, man. I remember when Hayward played for us for a year, I wanted him bad. I mean, I wanted him on a long-term deal. Thought he'd turn into like a 30 home run hitter with Gold Glove defense, and we avoided that one. And we offered more money than the Cubs did too, so they're still on the hook for that contract. Even though they won the 16 World Series, I'll give them that. But we avoided that one. We almost had David Price before he went to the Red Sox. I think we finished second place to them. That worked out for us, even though they won the 2018 World Series with him. And then who else? Stanton, Giancarlo Stanton. We tried to get him, but I guess he turned down the trade to the Cardinals, which I was pretty offended by that, but it is what it is. He might end up getting a ring in New York. We'll see. But, man, I wanted him. That was after the 59 home run season he had. I just looked, not like Babe Ruth, but, I mean, just epic power hitter, and thought he could totally transform our team if we got him, but I think we might have lucked out on that one too. That's another huge contract for a guy that's not very durable, and that's one thing I'm excited with Nolan Arenado. He's a very durable guy, hustles. I mean, I watch his defensive highlights, he's not even on my team, and I watch highlights of him on YouTube, and he's just an exciting player to watch, and it seems like the Rockies fans just loved him, so it's definitely a bummer for them. But, I mean, as a Cardinals fan, that's the only perspective I can come from, and, he's going to be an exciting guy to watch. Hopefully he's batting cleanup. That's where I would put him, right behind Goldschmidt, maybe bat Carlson second. Still don't know who's going to lead off, which is crazy, but I think it's a pretty cool move, and it's almost like hasn't sunk in fully because we've talked about it since like 2018, I think. I mean, just of it being a match between Arenado and the Cardinals, and it's like you just get tired of hearing some of these rumors over and over. Like Troy Tulowitzki back in the day, also with the Rockies. We got Matt Holliday from the Rockies too, so we've done a lot of deals with them in the past. So I get tired of these rumors and these reports, and so I really, I heard them this morning. Rosenthal or John Paul Morosi, one of the two, or both, were reporting that we were in talks or whatever, and it's like, man, I've heard that shit several times before, and it doesn't happen. And then my buddy texted me a few hours ago and was like, oh, we got him. I was like, really? And I looked it up. Sure as shit. I guess it's not finalized yet. I guess it'll be finalized in a couple days, but so there's a lot of contract and legal stuff, I guess, through the players' union and such. It needs to be finalized, but it seems like it's going to be a done deal, and I'm not sure totally on the players that are coming back, but or excuse me, going to the Rockies. But from what we've heard, that's the only thing I can give you, my thoughts on from what I've heard. But if that's it, I mean, mid level prospects. I mean, we are taking on a lot of money potentially if he doesn't opt out. Be a bummer if he opts out after one season, even though we didn't give up a whole lot for him. But to get a guy like that, it can just really transform your ball club. And I don't think we have anybody that wears 28 right now, so he can have his number and he can be the captain, right with Goldschmidt, and it seems like Yachty's might come back as well, another captain of our team, and Wainwright just re-signed with us yesterday, which is really exciting. He's probably my favorite Cardinal by far. So it's excuse me, exciting to have him back as well. So we shall see, but I think that's about all I had on my mind. But I'm just excited to watch him play defense every day and hustle and hit home runs, and his first curtain call whenever we get fans back, which I'm really excited for that. I miss going to the ballpark, and it sucked only having 60 games to watch, and it was really a messed up season as a Cardinals fan just because we had the COVID issues, and I think we only played 58 games too, so it was just a crazy year with ups and downs. But we did make the playoffs. I mean, we have a lot of pitching, and that's pitching and defense is something we have, and now we have a big bat added to that who plays Gold Glove defense. So it's really exciting, and I'm really pumped up. Can't really be too loud. I'm in an apartment, so got to respect my neighbors. But really excited as a Cardinals fan, and good luck to the Rockies. I mean, I hope some of the guys we send your way work out for you guys. I know Gomber, I think, has some potential, so don't overlook that. And it's a bummer when you lose a guy like that, for sure. When we lost Albert, it was a very similar feeling to me, but we saved a lot of money. We were able to re-sign other players like Wainwright and Yachty, and we got Michael Waka. I mean, you just don't know what can happen with trades. So we'll see how it all works out. This could be a total bust. I hope not. Watch this a few years from now. I'm just like, oh God, what was I talking about? But as of right now, I'm super pumped up, and I'm excited to watch him play every day, and just pretty pumped up. That's the best way I can sum it up. But hope you guys have a good night, and I will talk to you later. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't do many YouTube videos, but when stuff like this happens, I feel like I need to talk about it. So thanks, guys. I'll probably talk to you later.